Let the vocals out, now you witnessing a survivor speak. I done messed around and went viral right from my driver's seat. Just like what the industry was containing. I'd rather make a difference instead of hating, complaining. So let me park the whip, it don't matter, rapper or model chick, singer or comedian, perfect. Let's park in politics. Hey, let's park in politics. Welcome to the pullover, let's park in politics. This the pullover, let's park in politics. I say this the pullover, let's park in politics.
Once again, we're back. Parking and politicking tonight on a Thursday. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lockoutmen Podcast Show, where we park and politic with all our guests. I am your humble servant, host, Mr. The Indebitable Lockoutmen. And tonight's guests we have in the building is MuthaTruckinMom. Now, as always, I gotta go and check something. All right, we're good. All right, we're good. All right, so MuthaTruckinMom, I always ask the pivotal question: where your name come from?
Well, I just, it just came together. I decided I wanted to drive trucks. I'm a mother of 3, and it just. And my favorite word is motherfucker. Can I say motherfucker? I always say motherfucker is a word I always say, Lord, yeah, you gotta help me. But that's one of them words that slide off. But it just kind of came together. Just MuthaTruckinMom.
So it's a play on words, like motherfucking mom. You like a.
But I be in the truck.
You like a Samuel L. Jackson over there?
Yeah, probably so. Like, don't put that motherfucking and get motherfucker. No.
You know what? You. I don't think I don't think I can mess with you, MuthaTruckinMom, because you got that you got that trucker lingo. Do you swear a lot? Do you like if you get cut if you get cut off? Are you the driver that be like that motherfucker? This, that, and the third.
I mean. You better be glad I'm in an 18-wheeler, because if it was a regular car, I probably would have swerved back. But it's 18, you can't do that in a big truck. You just got to let them make it. The only thing you can do is flank a couple of cuss words and keep it pushing.
We a lot of accidents happen. A lot of accidents happened last year. But some say that it's not all the drivers, the truck drivers' fault though. But we get looked at though, right? We the first people to get looked at as far as the accident goes, right?
Right, because you're the professional driver.
Are we though?
Supposedly. It's some professionals out there, and it's some others.
Now, let me bring it back a little bit. Are we professional drivers because we pay a lot of money and we supposed to know what we're doing as far as driving a truck? I mean, wouldn't we be a professional driver if we was still be driving our little cars?
No, you get them little that little alphabet behind your name. Yes, sir. How can I help you? You get the little alphabet behind your name, and then you're the professional.
That CDL. that CDL. That's supposed to be the holy grail of licenses.
Are you on YouTube?
Yes, babe. Yeah, exactly.
You're live on YouTube?
Bryce.
Oh my.
Go sit down, babe. He's tripping.
He just want to be on there. My mom's a celebrity.
Yes, I am.
Oh my God.
My mom's a celebrity now.
He's so extra. Yeah, they think YouTube is the lick. I'm on YouTube. He's excited.
Nah, YouTube ain't like what it used to be. But But as far as getting your CDL, again, it's supposed to be the holy grail of licenses. A lot of to be honest with you, I feel a lot of people can't handle that responsibility.
No, no, they go for it for the money, and then you forget that you're definitely driving for everybody else on that road. You have to be looking at, you got to know this person, you got to know what the person, once they get on the highway and they're going so fast, that first lane, that second lane not going fast enough, they're shooting straight across. You got to know exactly what move everyone around you is about to make so you can drive for them, because you know they finna just do whatever.
That's what
So
these guys get into it for. They get into it for the money,
for
and
money,
nothing else.
yeah,
Because I mean, let's be honest. There's nowhere else where somebody can make this kind of money. $1,000 a week, $1,500 a week. There's nowhere else that
you know what?
I can think.
Yeah, I want more than that a week. They better bring me my money. I'm looking for some stacks a week.
You looking for some crack? Look, some people is just content with about $700-800 a week.
That's a blessing for them.
Mm. So in the beginning, let's talk about your journey into trucking. Of course, everybody, what's going on? I appreciate you guys stepping up into the
Hey.
building. If y'all have any questions for my girl, Mother Trucking Mom, please feel free. I believe she could probably see your questions in the comments below. But if you come up with a question, I'll definitely wheel it over to her. What's up, Southeast Stranger? What's going on? Skinny got
Oh, there we
bars
go.
in the building. Shots fired. That's what's up. Johnny C, what's going on? And my man Highway Kurt, thanks for joining me, man. You the newest member of the L.O.M community. I really do appreciate it. So Mother Trucking Mom, this new series that I'm doing, I'm incorporating it in my Lockout Men podcast show, and it's life before trucking. Like, of course, you had a life before trucking. Everything changes when you get into the truck or when you get your CDL. What led you?
Definitely.
And guys, we talked before, so we only going to cliff note it. We pretty much talked before, but she's back with some more tea. But we're going to cliff note it. So was what was you doing before you got into in trucking?
Before I was driving, I did little first at first before I really found my job, I just I almost did any and everything to make it. Shit, I've worked at Albertsons in the bakery. I've done temp jobs, and I had finally got a job like at Frito-Lay, and I worked at Frito-Lay for 13 years doing manufacturing. I was in manufacturing. I was a machine operator. I worked in the warehouse. I was a receiving coordinator. Almost anything you could put under there, I did it.
Now, 13 years at Frito Lay. This is the potato chip company, right?
Yeah.
Ain't this the same place where they make Doritos?
Yes. Yep.
So you worked in the manufacturer that manufactured all the products, all the chip
Yeah.
products.
I used to work the machines that actually bag the chips.
Okay, so give me a day in the life of a Frito Lay worker.
Oh my
I'm trying to visualize this. Like I know the dough, the chips. How was the chip made? How did they get the flavor on there? Who comes up with the idea?
Okay, so that's the processing side.
Oh,
But processing, it just depends on what it is. Like Doritos,
right.
they're made out of corn. So they
Okay.
bring in corn, and the corn is all ground up and flattened out and then cut into the little triangles, and they go through either if they're baked, they go through the oven. If they're fried, they go into the fryer, come out in the seasoning, they go in through a little tumbler. The seasoning gets sprayed on them, and that's it. And then they come up the line and they go to machines to get put inside the bags.
Now, what was you doing as far as being in the manufacturing side? Was you actually putting the bags together? Was you zip locking them? What 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 was it?
Now you put big rolls of film on the machine, and the machine takes the film up into a little tube, and the tube brings it to a little circle, and it seals it on the back, and at the bottom it cuts to make the bag. So,
Okay, okay. Frito Lay, and 13 years there, huh? So, what? How did you find Frito Lay? Like like
oh my gosh.
Was you old school like me, and do the paper classified ads, or was you like one of the millennials and found it online?
I was not a millennial. This is back in the when you actually had to walk everywhere to find a job.
Oh
I
hell,
wore out a lot of high heels, and I got smart and started taking little flats in my purse. So when I got off the bus, walking in this 100-degree Texas heat, I get off the bus, put my little flats on, or put my heels on, walk into a job and do an interview. But when I
oh
actually got the
man,
job at Frito, huh?
oh my God, ooh. I know I'm old now because I forgot all about that. Well, yeah, this is during the time where you actually had to go in there and do a face to face
Yeah,
and
yeah,
sit down
yeah,
and talk to an
yeah,
old lady that's her hair's all frizzy and looking at you with the evil eye, and you got like one, two, three, four, five people in the back coming in after you.
yeah. That kind of job, that kind of job hunting.
They they
But
don't
I actually didn't even find this job like that. But that's how it was, you know.
they don't know the struggle.
Yeah,
They
I
don't know
was
the
on
struggle.
food stamps and TANF, and every week I was in college at the time, but every week they would cut my food stamps off, they would cut my TANF off, and tell me I need to actually go do. I need to do. They told me I need to do a trade school or get a job. Like they did not want to support and let me get food stamps and actually go to a 4-year college.
Now you know what? I'm kind of pissed off at that because back in the day, now you guys don't like, my man Kurt Nice, what's going on in the building, man? Me and him is from Cleveland,
Stop
C
it.
Town. We know all about the food stamp. I'm talking
The
about the
actual paper stamps.
actual paper stamp.
Are you live
You
on
know what I'm
Facebook?
saying? The actual paper stamp.
Cause I'm
Was
tired.
that what you was getting? The actual paper stamp?
No, by that time they had transitioned to the cards. I think Texas was probably one of the faster states to transition to cards. We've had Lone Star cards for years. It's been, well, I want to say that was like 99, 98 or something. I think they came out with the cards or something like that.
These millennial kids don't even know what these stamp books even look like. They know what the card is.
No.
They all know what the card is, but you want to know what teed me off, mother trucker. What teed me off is I see all these guys getting government assistance. All right. And I always wondered how in the hell they was able to get the government assistance and they was able to get a job. Like
They be lying.
I went to try to get government assistance. They told they told me that my estranged wife makes too much money.
But what they got to do with you? But that's always their excuse though. You have to lie. If you don't lie, you will not get no help. And then another thing is they want you to be completely dependent on them. So if you're not completely dependent on the system, they don't want to help you because they
Mm.
don't want you to get up. They want you to stay down. So the system is not designed really to help you get up.
But why they but instead of them not trying to help you though, they cutting off your shit.
Right. But
You know?
it ended up being a blessing though, because that's how I ended up getting the job at Frito-Lay, because I would have to go into the Texas Workforce Center and do volunteer hours. So I would go drop my son off in kindergarten, drop my daughter off at daycare. I would go take my classes at the local college, um, Then I would get on the bus, ride down to the Texas Workforce Center, volunteer for some hours, and then I would go home. So one of the ladies, I went in there all the time. So one of the ladies was like, "Hey, Frito-Lay is hiring," and she was like, "Come in tomorrow and fill out the application." I was like, "Well, what they start off with? $10." They let, and I had already did a temp job, so I knew I did a temp job at the plant before, and I was getting paid like $10 an hour. And she was like, "No, they starting off with 615.61." I was like, "15?
Mm,
I'll be here." But I went up there the next day with my aunt, and me and my aunt filled out the application. So the lady, I really had a plug because, like, I guess people went in there and fill out applications all the time, but
it's not what you know, it's
usually
who you know.
who you know, yeah. And she was like, she told me, she was like, "No, they pay." She's like, "They pay 15.61." I was like, "Shh." I filled
Man,
out that application, and they called me like the next day. My aunt got the same call the next day, but she missed her phone call. I got mine.
what?
I picked up phone. She missed her call and they never called her back.
Wow.
So
So by the, and shout out to you, mother trucking mom. I mean, on the bus, two kids, two taking care of two kids, getting on the bus, getting out there grinding to take care of your family. Salute to you, mother trucking mom. For real, for real. Um,
thank you.
it's your story is like in tune with mine a little bit because I uh I wasn't on a bus, but I drove I was unemployed. I was on unemployment and I went down to to the government assistance and try to get the food stamps and they told me no, I couldn't get it on food stamps. My estranged wife makes too much money. Do you have any kids though? I was like, well, yeah, I got my son at the time was like what 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know, but he was young, and they was like, "Well, we could probably get you the benefits, the take care of your kid benefit type deal." And I'm like, nah, I'm good on that. My estranged wife got the benefits for the family. I just need some help just to get back on my feet.
Right.
So
They don't care.
I went next door to the unemployment place, and it was like a job fair for Nestle. You know what Nestle is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Nestle Quick. You know Nestle. So
yeah.
I went there and I filled out the application. I'm thinking like you. I'm thinking $10, whatever. But I
You was just
needed the
gonna take
money.
it, right?
Right.
Right, right,
Right. You needed the money too, right?
right.
So I you know, I talked to the lady and she was like, "No, they start off at 16, 1550. And then after 90 days I get a raise. No, after 60 days I get a raise and 90 days I get another raise." Okay. I filled it out. They called me up and boom, the rest was history. I was there for like I was only there for like 3 years though, but it was a total of 5 years because I got into an accident. Um,
Oh,
13 years for you at Frito Lay. I
yeah.
mean, what out of Frito Lay, what did Frito Lay do for you as far as getting you up out of the situation that you was in?
Well, like when I went for the interview and did all that, I had just got a job probably like a month or so before my little brother had got me a job at Albertsons in the bakery. So I was making 6.57 an hour at the time.
They don't know the
And
street.
no, and it was like they were like, "That's nothing." You know what? I used to go in that job and face all those little bakery things, all the little cakes. I would put them all the way they were supposed to be. I go in there, they want the floor mopped the way I mop that floor. When I walked that, it didn't matter how much I got paid. I went in there and did my job the way they wanted me to do it, and I was faithful over the few things. that I had. I had Section 8, food stamps, and I was doing what I had to do to take care of my kids. And so when I started working in Frito-Lay, the unfortunate thing is I was like I had just completed. I was like on my fourth year of college, so I was almost finished, but the job was it was so much I couldn't go to school and work. So I ended up I
You
quit
had to make,
school.
you had to make a tough decision. That's
Right,
understandable.
right. Which I end up quitting school, but you know I was able to get off of Section 8. I didn't get food stamps no more, nothing like that. I was able to just actually buy my own car, actually go and buy a car for the first time using my own money. You know what I'm saying, and not having to have help or whatever. But
Mhm.
Frito-Lay did a lot. I was able to raise my kids. My son, he's 21. My son's 22. He's gonna be 23 in July, and my daughter is 20. So I
Oh,
was able to raise them on Frito-Lay salary. So it was a blessing. So I mean,
okay.
I was able to completely get up and I would say turn my life around in a sense, but I never was like, you know what I'm saying? Like some people get in a rut and they get down and they just drink and smoke all the time and just want to kick it. I never got into that type of a rut type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I always felt like that I was gonna do what I needed to do. Because I know, you know what I'm saying? It's just in me. Like working and doing grinding, it's just in me. So
Now, mother trucking mom, you mentioned that you got two older kids, and of course your baby keeps popping in and out of the frame.
yeah, the
That's
8-year-old.
but 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 how can I say, you raise your kids faithfully. Did
No
you
child support.
did you have help? I mean, I don't want to go
No,
into the,
no child support, no help. Me and my kids. I mean, I have, my best friend help every now. Hello?
oh, wait a minute. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can now.
Uh, wait a minute. I think we kind of hold on. I think we kind of frozen up there. Okay. Okay, check 1 2. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up rush
Okay.
if you can hear both of us. I think we was kind of
I might
delayed
have
there.
glitched out for a second, but I can hear it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so we back. We back. You back,
oh,
mother trucking mom?
somebody hit a thumbs up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Um so no child support, and you did the damn thing again. Salute to you. I gotta give it up for the single moms that's out there doing their thing. All right, so of course, 13 years with Frito-Lay, life before trucking. what uh what what made you go into trucking?
I was just that like I had been in Frito-Lay for so long, and then it felt like I wasn't going anywhere. That's what it felt like. And my brother passed away in 2014, and then my son graduated in like 2016, and then my best friend moved, and I felt like I was losing everything. But I think it just started kicking me into in an overdrive. Like they had a shutdown at work, and they closed the plant that I worked in. And I went in one day just to go get some chips. They get them half price. I went in, and when I went in, everything was quiet and I didn't know what was going on. So I had walked in when people from corporate had came down, and they
Mhm.
came in and shut the plant down. Like the only thing that they were keeping was the warehouse people, and we like I still had a job, but it kind of just put stuff in perspective. You know how you really not important to these big
Exactly.
companies. This
No,
is
you're
a
not.
billion. They make billions of dollars. Frito-Lay is Pepsi. PepsiCo is the parent company. They got Frito-Lay, Pepsi, Gatorade, what's that stuff? Them little Bambino with bread.
K
Bimbo. That's what it is.
KFC.
Bimbo. They got. pork and beans. They got everything.
Wow.
It's a billion-dollar company. And then for it to happen the way it did, it just put everything in perspective. You just know that you're disposable.
Since you put it that way, do you think that that's like that in trucking as well? People are
Yeah.
disposable in
Oh,
trucking.
definitely. I think they think people are disposable, but good drivers are hard to come by. People might be disposable and you might be able to go through a lot of people, but good drivers, no, because you can get anybody to sit in the seat,
And you can
or they
get
going
cut just like that. Just like that.
yeah, yeah.
Let's
Well,
go
that's what those mega companies and stuff.
let's go to the comments right quick. We got a few comments.
Let's-
Trucking with Tony, what's going on with you, bruh? He says, what's good, fam? Highway Kurt says, were you making $1,000 a week at first? Look,
Who?
I'm about to tell you the journey. All right, the
Oh,
journey.
was he asking you if you were
uh,
making $1,000 a week?
well, I think he was asking the both of us, but at
Oh,
first,
I used to make more than that.
at first, well, her journey is different from mine. So when I came in through US Express, the money wasn't all that hot. But as I left US Express, then yeah, my money is, up and up. But again, like we said before, some people is content with just $1,000 a week, right?
Right.
Let's see. Johnny C is in the building. What's going on? Sweetie B, new to trucking. What's going on? How you doing? And David Henry, what's going on, bro? How you feel? So where did you go to
Thank
get
you,
the
sweetie.
CDL?
You said when
No,
or
where?
where? Where? I went to KLLM.
Okay. Talk to us about
Yeah.
KLLM. What was the experience like over there?
I mean, KLLM was they were good as far as training and stuff. But I can't take nothing from them on that front because they feed people. They put you in a room if you want one, but I didn't. I ended up going to the one that was like right around the corner from my house because I needed to be close. I needed to go home every day and cook dinner for my family and stuff. So
Now, where
it
you
was cool.
from? Where you from to be right around the corner from KLLM?
Lancaster. No, I'm from the Dallas area, but I lived in the suburb of Lancaster,
Oh, yes. Oh shit! Now
Lancaster, Texas.
hold on right quick. Hold on right quick. Shit.
Uh,
I fuss with Texas. That's my shit. I fuss with Texas.
already.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mess with Texas. And was you born and raised down in Texas?
No, I was born in Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yep.
Okay, now if you look at Arkansas, if you look at it and you break it down, it's Kansas.
Arkansas. Yeah.
I know, right? That's crazy. Kansas is like Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas, and then Kansas, which is pronounced Arkansas. Anyway, I'm off the beaten path. Anyway, how long you been in Texas?
Probably since I was about 4.
All right,
5.
so you know about you know about that good chopped and screwed music down there, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's how y'all get down. Everything's slowed down there.
I mean, they probably still be beating like that in Houston, but Dallas stay on some other stuff. We don't,
Oh, y'all
chopped and screw. Chopped and screw was everything back in the day, but
just so you. I'm thinking like when chopped and screwed music came up to Cleveland, it was a wrap. But it was only it was a fad up here because it came and went. But down there it's still banging though. Down there it's still banging.
in Houston, look, I thought in Houston, they still They like it like that. They slow motion.
All
Even though
right.
they got traffic is bad.
Shit, traffic is bad everywhere. Not just not down in Texas. But back to KLLM though. Of course you got in there, you got your CDLs and everything. What was the vibe with the company as a whole?
With the company as a whole, like they seemed like they was on some BS because I know I was with my trainer that one really it happened twice. When we got to New Jersey, she was saying she usually did like little runs around the city when she got there, but she told the dispatcher that she wasn't gonna be able to do it because we both needed to do a 34-hour reset. And he ended up having us sit up there for like 3 days. So that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. Then the second time it happened, I kind of was like, so if you tell them, because I think it was like another run, and it was either for some reason, because I figured out real fast that I didn't like Wyoming. Figured it
Mm,
out real fast
yeah,
that going down that way
yeah,
through 80, I
yeah.
figured it out real fast that I did not like that too much. But it was like something I think she said no again, and we sat for like another 3 days, and I was just like, they on some
Wow. So
bullshit.
they so the your trainer, a lease op or a company driver that they
She
doing
was
her
a,
like
she was
that.
a lease operator.
And
She
they
was a lease
like
operator.
and they was doing her like that, like sitting her down when she turned around and be like, no, I don't want this load. And they set her like that.
Yeah, and what was crazy is like she got mad because she was like, any other time they asked me to do it, I do it, But at that time we needed to do a reset, and at the time, we just, it the way it was, she just didn't want. She was like, we'll just do a reset because we needed to wash clothes, and do everything that women need to do. Not only it was kind of, because we got other things going on. She on her cycle, she go off, I'm on mine, so it's like,
Ugh.
so it was just like,
Too much
so it
information.
was just disrespectful.
Uh,
Oh, my bad.
Too much information.
Hey, you already know what it is. You already know. What do you want, little boy?
We don't need no. Um, man. So going up, so they treated her like that, even though
Yeah.
that she was leasing, and this is some of the information that some people need to know when they want to hurry up and jump into a lease, especially with a company that chooses their loads for you.
Right. Right.
So how long was it before you jumped up out of KLLM?
It didn't take me no time. As soon as I got back and did my road test, and they told me I was going. They told me I would be doing regional, but when I got back, they were like, "Oh, you gonna do line haul?" And I was like, "What's line haul? Going from California to New Jersey?" And she was like, "Well, yeah, that might be the route." I said, "Oh no, that's not for me." Because y'all told me I could do regional. And the man, this guy that was trying to get me, he was like, hold on, let me go talk to somebody. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I didn't get what I wanted by the time I walked out that door. By the time I walked out the door, I was on the phone with Snyder, and I was at Snyder on Monday.
Man, so you jumped from KLLM. You got your license from KLLM though, right?
Yeah,
So are you
get off the floor.
at that time was you responsible for still paying them back for the license?
Yeah, supposedly.
Uh, yeah, we're gonna keep that on a hush. What's
Shh.
going on,
Okay,
everybody? How
okay.
y'all
Be
feel?
quiet.
When y'all come up in the building, make sure y'all hit that like button. How's the sound? The sound still good? I'm still good. We still good. Give me a thumbs up rush if everybody sees, because I'm looking on my side right here, and
Get
I'm
away from it.
I see I'm a little bit laggy, so I'm not sure. Mother trucking mom, how I'm looking on YouTube is I'm laggy, or is I'm coming up, or what?
It is lagging, but I thought it was just because I had two screens up.
No, so it is lagging a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because it's lagging on my side, and I'm thinking that could probably be because of my connection. It could be because of my connection. Let me Yeah. Okay. So I'm good. So it's not lagging a little bit. I'm moving my phone a little bit. But everybody give me that thumbs up rush if we good. All right. So from KLLM, um, would you suggest anybody to go to KLLM? Would you suggest it?
I mean, I would suggest to do it if you're going to pay out of pocket and leave, because their pay is not competitive for this for the driving world today. I don't know if the pay went up, but I know they were 32 to 34 cents at the time. And those are prices and those are wages that I heard my daddy talking about in the 80s.
Mm.
So to me, it's not competitive.
You
And
know,
I kept saying, y'all want to pay somebody 32 cents to drive way over there? Mm-mm.
it's kind of crazy that these companies, now it's crazy now that these companies are offering 50 cent a mile, 45 cent a mile, 48 cent a mile now
Like,
because
yeah, now
because of
it's
the lack of
crazy.
because of the lack of drivers out here, right?
Well, I'd be damned if I drive all over the country and come home to an $800 check, bitch. We got a whole problem.
You say we got a whole problem. What was Snyder? What was your experience with Snyder?
It was very good. I like Snyder. I went there, did hazmat, drove tankers for however many months I did that. But I
Okay.
liked it.
Okay. What
They
would
had a really extensive training, really good training. They
tell,
really
tell us
detailed
about
in the training.
tell us about the training and the workforce, the work culture over at Snyder.
Well, with Snyder, they're like with the tankers, they're really detailed because you have to get it right. Because if you have a chemical spill or something like that, because I was dealing with hazmat, so you had to train, you had to study the little notes that they give you, and you had to be able to trip plan. And that's why when I finally really learned how to read a map. Don't test me on it now though. Can't I can still read, but they actually were this little
Don't
triangle,
don't
this many
worry.
miles from here to here.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We all with the GPS now. Even if the old timers be like, yo, get a
Bless you.
Thank you.
get a map. Get a map. No, bro.
I still got a map. I mean, I use my GPS, but I still have a map. I just had that problem not too long ago when I was just with Prime. I didn't send me somewhere and the whole road was closed. And I was on the road. It was enough room for me to turn around, but I was on the whole, and then like the detour was going through a neighborhood. I was like, oh hell, pulled out the map. You know what I'm saying? Pulled it out, flipped it open,
Comes in. It
and if
comes
it's a
in
skill
handy.
you need,
It
yeah,
comes
you
in
need it.
handy. It comes in handy. So you say Snyder they forces you to read a map.
They don't force you if you don't want to. You don't have to work there. But you do need. Well, but that's part of hazmat though. You need to know how to read a map because there are routes that you cannot take that a regular truck would take. You have to take hazmat approved routes. So you have to know certain rules when you're carrying hazmat about what kind of chemicals you can drive through a downtown area and the kind of things that you cannot. So,
So what kind give us an example of what type of rules that we'll be looking at if I was to go hazmat.
um, I know one for sure is you can't take explosive things through downtown metropolitan areas. You
Mm.
have to go around. You can't take things that explode or yeah, fiery or explosive type of things or classes. You can't take those through downtown.
So what
So,
if you have
um,
what if you have a load that's going downtown though? I mean, do no, no,
it
yeah.
depends on what it is, like fuel or gas or whatever. Yeah, the fuel or gas or whatever, it just depends on what it is. And
Okay.
it's still you still have to follow certain protocols. Like don't ask me all up now because I ain't drove hazmat.
You
I
still
ain't even looked at that book
do you
in so
still got
long.
your hazmat? Because I know, for example, you gotta re up your hazmat about every couple of years.
Yeah, it expires in 2022.
Are
I
you going
gotta renew within 2022.
you gonna do that?
I don't know.
Do
I
you
don't know because it
when
just depends.
when you go to when you go to get your to do the hazmat again, is it the same test that you had to take all over again, or is it just something that you got to just do the fingerprint and all like that?
I haven't renewed before, so I really don't know. But from what I understand, you have to retake a test. Like you have to like recertify.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but I'm
Okay.
not sure though. I haven't had to renew mine. So
Okay, that's what's up. So from Snyder, you jump from Snyder over to Stevens. What was your experience with them? J Rich
it
Company.
really sucked. She did. J Rich did. I think she went through transport, Stevens Transport. So she might have done van or reefer initially, and then she went to the oil field. But my experience with them, they were terrible. I didn't appreciate the culture that they had there. And mind you, I was doing Stevens tanker. I was in the water division. So I was hauling water from well sites, and I was in like north of Dallas. Was that north or east? I think it might be a little bit east because it was in Benbrook and other places. So
All right,
um,
this is all
but
down
it
in
was like
Texas.
it was a
This
terrible experience.
this is down in Texas with Stevens Tanker, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
The
so you
water division had a local thing where I could stay home, where I could stay in the metroplex, and I could go home every day.
okay, okay. Now you said it was a bad experience. Give us an example of a bad experience with Stevens.
Um, just they never had trucks like they were telling me, oh, don't clock in if there's not a truck out there on the yard. And how I feel is if my shift start at 6 a.m. and I get there at 6 a.m., I'm clocking in. You know, got me out of my bed, I'm clocking in.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I get there and it's not a truck. So you want me to wait? And then it's like, okay, I work from 6. I'm supposed to get off at 6. So I work from 6 to 6. So my last run, I probably would do another run or another turn if anything after 4:30 ish, you don't do another run because it takes about 2 hours to complete a run where you would get your location, drive down to the well site, pump the water out of the tank, and take the water to a disposal, and then go back, to get another run. So it really took 2 hours to turn a run. So anything after 4:30, you don't take another run because you going home at 6. So that particular, a couple of times they got there. I probably didn't get a truck till after 7 o'clock in the morning. So I probably didn't start working till 8:30 or something crazy, because I'm gonna do extra. I'm gonna take a little bit extra time. I'm gonna take do my little pre-trip. I'm gonna take about 35, 45 minutes. And so, just they were like, well, you didn't start working till 8, so you should really stay till 8. I'm like, no, that's not the way my life is set up.
Mm.
I took a local job so I can get off at 6 o'clock. Daycare closed at 6:30. So I gotta get on this highway, book it down to where I live, pick my baby up from daycare, and go home and cook dinner.
Now,
So the way
how
my life is set up, I wasn't, they were like, well, technically we can keep you for 14 hours. And like I don't do well with I don't do well with that. Telling me technically I can keep you. Technically I can just leave. So I don't have to do shit. That's what
you
I
got
just,
you got the Holy Grail. It ain't. You could leave today and be at a new spot tomorrow. You got the Holy Grail.
Right, right,
So a lot of you guys don't have to take that, take that mess. Once you get them, is yours as long as you keep them clean and squeaky. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
You
Welcome
got
to
your
the knockout.
CDL, got your stuff, got you know what I'm saying? Especially like with me, I'm like I got all my endorsements. I got a good driving record. I don't have you know what I'm saying? I don't have a bad background. So all you gotta do is talk to me wrong. Say something crazy. I'm good.
I'm looking at another Chardonnay over here. Yes, don't fuck with me. What's going on, everybody?
Uh,
Welcome to the Lockout Men Podcast Show. I really do appreciate you guys being here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. My special guest for tonight is MuthaTruckinMom. If you guys have any questions for her or comments or anything, let me and or her know. She is on the line with us tonight. Shape World just stepped up in the building. My man Kelly,
hey shape girl.
he's up in the building. What's going on with you, bro? I really do appreciate it. Um, Mother Trucking
I
Mom.
comment on her channel sometimes.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
oh yeah. Mother Trucking Mom. There's been some controversy that's going on YouTube right now. Are you a YouTuber?
Uh-uh. Am
Uh,
I a YouTuber? Like,
Do
I
you
don't
have a
think
YouTube? Do you have
I'm
a
not
YouTube
actually.
channel? Do you have a YouTube
I have a
channel?
YouTube channel. Yes,
You
I
do have a
do.
YouTube channel.
Yes,
What?
I do.
Let me see if I can pull up your YouTube channel. What is the name?
Don't pull up my
Oh,
100
don't
subscribers.
don't pull it. Don't pull.
You know
Don't
what?
pull it up.
I've kind of pulled back because I was doing it, and then when I went out on the road this last time I've been on the road with my son, and I was making videos, and then I thought about it. I was like, I kind of got scared because I didn't want nobody to know it's just me and my son
Mm,
alone. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
I kind of pulled back.
Okay, speak on it. You pull back from from doing videos because a lot of female truckers out here are doing videos and crack the YouTube algorithm and everything, and there's a few of them that's getting the views. How they getting the views? What do you what do you have to say? What is your opinion on female truckers out here doing their thing on YouTube?
Um, my opinion, it's a lot of women out here. We're doing the damn thing. Please believe me. But as far as I know, with me pulling back, I was really big on safety. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't always feel safe. I don't always feel safe. Let me stop talking about nobody else. Talk about me. I don't always feel safe. So I don't. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like go to my truck and I do what I need to do, and I go in the truck stop and go back to my truck, and I'm back in my truck before it turns dark.
What is
I don't really.
what is some of the craziest, scariest, uh bizarre things that you experienced at a truck stop or that you've seen at a truck stop?
Mm, I don't think I've just seen anything just really weird. But I'm scared though, because I've heard bad stories. But I mean, I think the craziest thing I saw, and it looked like I wasn't sure what was going on, but I was in West Memphis, Arkansas. West Memphis. Okay, that's and they told me not to stop there, but no, I had to stop. So I was in West Memphis, and it was like it was two ladies, and it was like a little girl. And it looked like they were like going around. I didn't know what they was doing. I said, "Oh, I'm finna call the police." No, I'm country. I said, "I'm finna call the police." But I didn't know exactly what was going on. It looked a little, fishy, and I've heard all these stories about, sex trafficking and all that. So, I think somebody came outside from the inside and made them leave, but it looked real fishy. But I was about to call the police though.
Mm.
But I'm glad they came and chased them off because I didn't know what was going on.
Since you honestly said that you feel some kind of way out here, do you have something on the truck that for your protection?
I really only have. I mean, I have stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I got. I
You go
usually
into
keep my. I
detail.
usually keep my
You,
knife in my pocket.
yeah,
So it's.
you don't have to go into detail. You know what I'm saying? But if you get yourself a can of a bug spray, it works one. Oh yeah, oh yeah,
I ain't gonna pull it out. Look.
yeah, oh yeah. But if you get a can of bug spray, it works
uh,
wonder.
really, just
I-
bug spray.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Hit that
Well, see,
motherfucker.
that's why I feel some type of way. That's why I really don't understand. I know it's been brought up with the with that girl and stuff. I don't really understand. I don't feel safe being over sexual, you know what I'm saying, at a truck stop or anywhere, out of my truck. I usually make sure I'm fully dressed and all that stuff. I just don't feel safe, and I don't, it's just too much going on in this world. Like, people have gotten killed in their trucks. And I'm like, well, how they get in? Like, what happened? And, I don't even try to make friends nowhere. They be like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. Oh, you pretty, thank you. I
So
just
you
keep it pushing.
so you that trucker. You that trucker. I come up to you. Hey, how you doing? Keep it pushing, dude.
Oh, I don't say. I mean, I'm personable. I'm nice unless you keep pushing. If I be like, okay, thank you, and I keep on walking, and when you walk after me, don't chase nobody. Don't keep walking. 'Cause, look, don't chase nobody. You're getting a little nervous now.
Oh my god. All right. So moving on from Stevens, you went back to Frito-Lay?
Yeah, I went back.
Why? I mean, you went back to Frito-Lay after working for him for 13 years and you decided to go back to Frito-Lay? Why?
Yep, I went back. Is that familiarity? How do you say the word?
Well,
Just
I can't
familiar.
I can't say it either. Don't worry about it.
Familiarity. Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
I can't say it.
But I worked there for a long time, so it's like a lot of relationships that kind of carried over through the years. I'm still friends with a lot of people, and a couple of my friend girls who work in administration and stuff like that, they're admins and do different things throughout the company. Like, girl, why don't you just come back and drive for Frito Lay? And I decided to do it, even though no, I went on and did it, but it was because it was familiar. And I wasn't happy at Stevens, so it was like the perfect reason to leave.
But you
So
didn't stay long with Frito-Lay either.
I went back for 2 years.
All right. So again, you didn't stay long with Frito-Lay
No, I
either.
didn't stay long, but guess what? They ended up giving me my years of service, right? Because it was like a week or two before a year that I had been gone. So they ended
Okay.
up giving me my years of service back. So really, I worked there for 15 years
Okay. So
because they
so
gave
your
me my years of service.
so how long has it been? How long has it been so far from KLLM to Frito-Lay before we get into Prime? How long have you been driving before you got to Prime?
It's been almost 3 years.
Oh, so 3 years
This
at that
this
time?
November. Yeah, it's been 3 years.
All right. So MuthaTruckinMom, you sought me out. That's always a good thing. You sought me out. You say, yo, I got some tea. I got
Let
some
me give you the dish on
I,
them.
I, I need I need an outlet. I need to let you know what's going on. MuthaTruckinMom, the floor is yours. Tell me what's up with Prime.
Okay, so I've
Whoa,
been with
whoa, whoa,
Prime.
whoa, hold on, wait. Hold on. Before you start. Real Trucker Real Deal. What's going on with you, bro? I want to acknowledge everybody. He says nothing sweet about Memphis or West
Where's
Memphis.
Memphis?
Keep some heat on you. I agree. Do
Hey,
you agree?
that
Do you agree?
Petro in West Memphis. Something sweet about that Petro in West Memphis. You know, I ate some food in there before.
Mm-mm. I don't mess with them. I
You
don't
don't
mess
mess
with
around.
them. I don't that loves right over there in
Mm.
Memphis. Don't mess around with that. Pull in, lock the doors. And if I get the strap, that those two pilots down the way, don't mess with that. And that might truck stop, Laramere
I wouldn't say.
78.
I ain't never stuck them.
Don't fuck with none of them. None. All right, mother trucking mom. Go ahead with the dish. We got Junior Honduras in the building. What's going on, my G?
It's
What's
who?
going on, my
What?
G? Yeah,
Junior.
yeah,
You know he the
Mr. Prime
he
himself.
Mr. Prime himself.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
But this is your experience though. So talk to us.
Yeah, and that's funny because I've seen him and Busy Blake, and I met Miss Diva, what's D Sova.
Oh,
Sweet lady. She's very sweet. I love
okay.
her to death. Yes, I ran into D. I was like, girl, bye. I felt like a little groupie. I was like, hey, girl. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. But I felt like a little groupie, Miss D Sova.
Hey,
You know, she's a legend.
women power. Women power. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
yeah. She's like a legend. Very inspirational. But I had a couple of little incidents. Well, I wouldn't say incidents. I just felt like with dealing with crime, you know, the the lease process, everything is everything that they say it is. As far as you come in, you can get your truck. Uh, we ended up having, like, when I first got there, I had to quarantine for a week. Really sucked because we didn't even have like a really bad outbreak where I guess where I live, but because it was so close to Dallas, they were like, y'all quarantine. So as far as that goes, it was fine. But once we got out and we were able to get our trucks and stuff like that, the process was pretty seamless. You get your truck or whatever. I guess my hang up was with my dispatcher. And like, I told him, I was like, I was ready to run. I went in there and I met him. I know, they gave everybody their little notes, and they tell you who your dispatcher is and all that. But I went in there and I went to go find him because I wanted to put his face with the name. I wanted
And
to know who he
voice.
was. Yeah,
Right.
because I'm old school. I'm 40, 41. I just turned 41. Don't tell nobody else. But so so I'm a little, and then on top of that, I'm not aggressive per se, but I'm just a straight up person. So I wanted to put a face with the name so I know who I'm coming for when I come. So he seemed to be pretty cool or whatever. But my thing was, there was no strategy to how you run the truck. Like,
Okay.
one day I'm over here in, where was I? Let me see. Okay, up in Wisconsin. Go from Wisconsin, go down to Kentucky. Kentucky, shoot me to Texas. From Texas, go back the other way to back to Georgia or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There was no rhythm to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of bothered me because then it felt like, he would give me a run, probably like 1,200 miles, 1,300 miles. Then, and it felt like he was just giving me miles with long runs, so I wouldn't bother him.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know exactly what the issue was, but I ended up, I think one day he was trying to send me down to Laredo, and I was like, I said, I'll go to Laredo, but once I come out, you're gonna have to give me something good going out, because I said Laredo. He was like, oh, well, no, those loads pay. I said, yeah, going in, but when you come out, that's the problem. You know, I
So
had already took a load. Go
so
ahead.
what Prime and you're leasing through Prime, Do you don't choose your own loads? You don't look on a load board or anything like that?
Nope. Nope. And I felt like that was something that kind of irritated me because I brought that up to him. I was like, I thought there was a choice load board and I would get to choose my own loads. And he was like, oh no. And I guess apparently they only let some people use that load, or they only let some people get on it. And to me, it's like a catch because you only let certain people use it. And it seemed to be people who actually have YouTube channels with followers. So that was just my observant, or what I observed, because it seems like everybody that I've seen would always say, they choose their lows. You get the three on the three. So when I
Oh,
asked about it, he told me, "Oh no, they don't. They're not letting people on that, and that's only." He didn't say it was for certain people, but he said they don't have that open for people to get on. So, so that was a little not. I wasn't really happy about that. Then
hold on.
go ahead.
Junior says that's OTR, and then he came back and says that's not true. So was you what was you regional or was you OTR?
No, it's OTR.
So you was OTR.
Yeah.
So you so
And I know
I
he's a big cheerleader, so I mean I understand because you out
I
there getting your money.
I
Everybody different though, and everybody's experience is different.
I
So
thought I thought that I thought that well, I talked to Prime a couple of years ago. Since then, everything changed. But I thought that they you get to choose, like they'll give you like three, right? Like let's say like I got a load for this, I got a load for this, I got a load for this. Which one of these loads is good for you? At least that's what I thought.
no, he was just sending me a load, and then I would get to look at it and decide if that's the load, if I wanted that load. But if you say, "Oh no, I don't really like that," because I know like 2 or 3 times he tried to send me to New Jersey, and I don't like going to. I like anything. I'll go Pennsylvania, West Virginia. Woo, I did all that, but like going New Jersey and all, I don't like that. So that's a personal. And if they tell you you're the captain of the ship, you tell me I'm the captain of the ship. That means my ship sailed where I want it to go. So a couple of times he tried to send me to New Jersey, and I didn't want to go. And I was like, I don't go to Jersey. I don't really like going up there. It's a lot of tolls. It's trafficy. It's congested. Like trying to turn on certain streets and do certain things. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. So then it was like, okay, well, why not? And I told him, okay, well, I don't really like going there or whatever. It was like if you say you don't want to go to somewhere, they want to know the reason why you don't want to go. And then it's like, well, I'm sure if we go up there, we can get you something out. And like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I'll just go south. Or we can go, I can head back west,
Or
one or the other. But,
just keeping
going any
keep it
further
from
north than
keep it from
than
Northeast.
Pennsylvania. Right. But I know they try to, get you to go ahead and take the load or whatever.
I'm
But
not
they
a
only send
fan.
you one load.
I'm not a fan
Huh?
of the Northeast either. You're
Right.
not alone. I'm not a fan.
Right.
But at the time, but I'm still tripping. You're a lease op. How long did you took the lease out for? What was the duration of taking the lease out for? And how much
The
was the truck a week?
the duration the duration of the leases are 2 years. But it's a walk away lease. So it's really dependent on what you want. But I already went into it with a plan, and I was like, well, 6 months to a year. That's all I was planning on doing. So, when I got my truck, they give you a little thing, you can go get it all. You see a lot of them driving around. Their trucks are nice. They get all the stuff done to it. But I ain't do nothing to mine. I just left Prime Ink on the side because I already had a plan in my head on what
All
I was
right.
gonna do.
All
So
right. UFO no joke says YouTube mega carrier of the year, Prime.
Yeah,
I
it would definitely be mega carry of the year. Like I
yeah.
won't take nothing away from them because what they have going there is a well-oiled machine.
Now, as far as and I agree with you too, UFO, because when you type in Prime, everybody and their mama has a YouTube page about Prime. I said before, and since Junior's here, I still want to know: do Prime got the book of YouTube? They must have. Everybody that's a truck driver over there has a YouTube page. I'm just
Mm.
saying. Junior
I think it's a kickback for it.
Junior says Northeast equals money, though. I agree with him on that
Hey,
point.
hey, everywhere equal money, really. Anywhere you
UFO
go, it can equal something. It just depends.
UFO says New Jersey has the worst drivers. Do you agree with that?
I agree. I don't even know if they got the worst drivers. What I agree with is that I don't want to go there.
So how much was the trucker? How much was the truck a week?
The truck per lease per week, just the truck, and it's 12.78 a week.
Ooh.
So this will fuck me up because that's just the truck stuff, not minus the rest of your expenses, the rest of your expenses that you might have.
All right, tell
But
us
I
about
think
the
that
expenses.
what kind of because once you say you got 12 something, you really end up coming out of pocket. You really end up spending about 2,300
Okay.
on truck and expenses with your fuel, everything. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it wasn't a bad exchange because you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I went in it with a plan. So I knew, but what I expected and what I got is two different things.
Mm.
Because I feel like if you pay that much in a truck note, you should definitely be clearing at least 5 to 6 thousand a week.
How much you was actually clearing? What's the ballpark? What was no? I tell
Prob
you, I tell you what. What was the net? What was your average net after everything said and done?
After they took everything out and I would get a check, $1,100.
$1,100
Yeah.
for how many miles a week?
I was driving at least 28, 29, 2,900, about 20. I was going there because then if you go over 2,800 miles, or is it 2,009? If you go over that amount, then you got to pay over mileage fee. So,
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Hold up, back up. Wait. What do you mean over mileage fee? Like you do? I mean, well, first thing first. All right, so you chasing
is
miles?
that my home girl? My girl, Danny
Yeah,
girl. Hey, girl.
sweetest Georgia
Sweetest
Pete.
George Peach. That's my home
Wait,
girl from what's name.
wait. Hold up. Wait. So you're chasing miles. You're not chasing percentage. So how much you was getting? How much you was getting percent?
The percentage you get 67%.
Oh, so you was getting percent and
Yeah.
not cent per mile. That's what I meant. My
Right.
fault.
Right.
So,
Right.
but you getting percent. So 7% per load. Are you sure
I
about?
don't. What you saying? 7% per load.
No,
What you say?
no, no. What's the you since you chasing percentage? What was the percentage that you was getting per load?
Per load. I get 67% per load. But
Oh,
that was the thing with my dispatcher that I knew it was him because I had to talk to him because I'm like, okay, now look, you give me these miles, I bust them down. Like I get them, I'm gone. I'm driving. I get
yeah.
to where I'm supposed to go, unload. But it was like, um, so I had to kind of talk to him. I said, okay, am I not managing my hours right? If I'm not, he was like, no, your hours, you're doing good with your hours. you're doing good with your fuel because I only fuel for what I need. I know the game, so doing what I'm supposed to do. So then he was like, well, yeah, everything. Because what I wanted him to get to was my problem is you're not getting me quality loads. And you won't, you know what I'm saying? Like he wanted me to take that load going to Laredo. And that's when I had to have that talk with him. And so let's get to the root of the problem. I said, because what I expect is to be taken home no less than 2,500 a week. But what I'm getting is 15. Like I think I probably got 15, 16. Take that back. Because I had when I talked to him, I was getting like I had like I think my check was like 16. I was not happy. And he was telling me that that's unrealistic because what he tries to do for his drivers is his owner operators. He try to make sure they make $500 to $600 a day. So he was like, so if I give you a load and you divide it by those 3 days it takes you to get there, or 2 days, I was like, I said, no, that don't work for me.
Well,
Cause in Go
but
ahead.
you okay, and I guess what a lot of people saying is doing percentage is a hell of a lot better than doing CPM, right?
What is it?
But
72. I
some of
can't
these
remember. Where my
uh
paper at?
some,
It is 72. Sorry, sir. Sorry, people.
I will hit
I be forgetting.
we'll hit the comments in a minute. We'll hit the comments in a minute. But it is you are getting percentage. So you don't even have to
74
worry
gas
about
FM.
putting miles in. Mother trucking mom. Yo, yo.
Yeah.
I said you don't have to worry
I'm
about
looking at the
putting miles in.
comments. I hear you. I'm just
I know.
I can he probably 72%. My bad, boo.
Um
I'm not good.
we'll get to the comments in a minute. But
Okay.
but you if you're getting percentage, why are you running that many miles?
I mean, like I said, I think with that person, that dispatcher, I think he was just trying to give you something with a lot of miles so you wouldn't bother him no more. Cause I mean, after I got from Laredo, I kind of got that problem fixed because they sent me a survey. I filled out the survey. And by the time I had ended up, I think I was about to go on home time or something. Cause I stayed out like I got my truck September. I didn't go back home till October 31st.
Okay.
Then then from October 31st, I didn't go back home until the end of November.
Okay.
So
All right.
you know what I'm saying? I was running.
All right.
Um,
Let's go to some of these comments right quick. Exposing the real says no chasing miles at Prime is percentage. So that's it's percentage for lease drivers though, right? Not for company drivers.
uh,
I said it's percentage for lease
it's percentage for
drivers.
lease for lease.
Okay. Southeast Stranger says, damn, well, it's a lease. It's a lease if you lease a car. You can only drive so many miles in it. That's a vehicle for the term. Junior Hernandez got the faces going. Sweetest Georgia Peace says, yes, it's me. Junior says
I know, sugar.
67% is a no.
It's
So
72. I was wrong, sir.
all right, all right. So it's 72%. Uh Sweetest Georgia Peach says exposing. If you have a bad FM, you have a problem. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, which is like your driver manager or your dispatcher or whatever. I don't know what is FM. I don't
Uh
know.
FM fleet manager. Fleet manager.
Oh
That's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh Southeast Stranger says short runs. So was there a lot of short runs over there when you was doing it?
There are some short runs, but see, this is where it kind of gets crazy because there's short runs, but what happened was my fleet manager went out for a week.
Mm-hmm.
I had Jennifer ended up doing my dispatching that week. I made motherfucking check. I got over 2,500. I got 27.
Okay.
She had my loads ready. He now my that's why I said I had a problem. It was him, and I ended up doing that survey, and they ended up giving me a new dispatcher the next week. After I did that survey, and I said, because I was like, I wasn't gonna stay because I wasn't happy. Like I was getting irritated because if I already had this talk with you, like, hey, you give me as many runs, but like when he would give me another run, I would be empty. I was sending my depart ship or my depart receiver. I'd be waiting for hours to get another load. So, that was a problem for me. Cause I feel like once I hit you with that boom, you can go and hit my next load so I can know what I'm finna do. Like, am I gonna go to sleep or am I gonna head to the next destination? He wouldn't have my load ready for my next, he wouldn't have my next load ready. He was out for a week and I ended up having Jennifer, I think her name is Jennifer Foreman. Anyway, she ended up dispatching me that week. I made my money. She had short runs. She had one long and then it was like short and but I got my money. And so I knew it was him. Cause when he came back the next week, same bullshit. So when I did that little survey,
Do you think it was do you think it was favoritism?
oh, I don't know. Somebody said it was possible because I was new to the company. It was possible, but I just felt like maybe it was just him. Because like I said, once I did that little survey, that next week they gave me a new dispatcher.
All right. Exposing the Real says it's 72% at prime. And if you are very choosy with where you want to run, your money will be limited. Is that
Well,
true?
see, that's why your money will be limited. And that's the thing about that. That's why you're not a true owner operator and you're a lease purchase operator and they still pull your strings. But everybody that's what I'm saying. But like I said, I had a plan going in because it's not my type of thing. You know,
So
some people bosses, some people not.
so so now leasing, I know leasing it varies from company to company, and the trucker, the truck driver has a little bit more leeway as far as they operating their trucks the way they want to operate it. But over here, from what I'm hearing, is they controlling your loads, and they control they controlling your loads. You don't have no control over it. You paying a 1250 plus a week. You're not able to choose your own loads by per se in your experience. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. That don't.
Yeah, you don't choose your own loads. That's not something, and I don't know. And one thing that I kind of had said, I said, so do I need? Because I think they asked me one time, like, what my YouTube was or whatever, and I didn't give them my YouTube thing because I didn't want them all in my business like that. But I mean, I don't know if it has something to do with it, but I didn't feel like they to me because the people that like I said, I've gone off what I've seen. And I'm like, oh, okay, you can choose your load. But when I got there, that's not what it was. So
Okay.
you
All right.
can say you don't want to go somewhere if they send you a load and it's not something you want to do. You can tell them, no, you don't want to do it or whatever. But they're
Well,
gonna want
it's
want
like
to
a
know why.
it's like a
And you,
penalization, pretty
mm,
much.
oh, it depends on who the dispatcher person is, because it could be.
All
But
right.
once I said I had a problem with the way he was doing it, they moved me immediately to somebody else.
Sweetest Georgia Peach says, regardless of percentage, if your loads are sitting, if your loads are sitting, time wasting, they are bad on pay wise. You agree with
Hmm.
that?
Yeah, if your load's sitting, it's not going. It ain't gonna benefit nobody.
Larry Brown says, keep your certification no matter what. It gets expensive when you do. I think he's talking about your
If
hazmat.
you have to recertify or something.
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
Exposing the Real says that's true. That is true. But if you take everything they give you, you will make decent money. I was there and I made 275 G's gross, and net after deduction it was 98. This was
No,
before
you
I
won't get
started.
everything. You won't get and that's the thing, and that's everybody is different. I'm not gonna take any and everything somebody give me. I It's like I don't want to go northeast, and it's just what it is. And you know, and what's crazy is when Jennifer ran me that time, I was in Texas, Arkansas. I went for, I think I was Kentucky, Tennessee, back to Oklahoma or something. I didn't even touch Northeast. I made money.
Mm.
So, and you can't tell me that because the Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, you going up to Chicago, coming back down through the middle right there, you can make money. You don't have to touch Northeast to make money. You can go to California. I don't know if you get too much coming out, but
Smells like OTR wants to know. He wants to know, was it forced dispatch there when you was there?
no, it's not forced dispatch.
Wow.
But that's lease operator. Uh, Company driver, you gotta take what they give you.
Wow. Wow. Mother trucking mom. That's a lot to take in, man. That's a lot to take in. Are you still with, well, I'm gonna assume that you're not with Prime anymore, but are you?
No, I had a plan. I started September. Well, I went the end of August. September, October, November, December, January, February. I'm really 1 month short. I had a plan. So I'm in this executing.
Well, with the situation that went on with you at Prime, would you still suggest it as a company to work for or drive for?
I would still suggest it because, like I said, as far as for the most part, for the most part it's a good company. But what I would say is just like when I got into this little with the dispatcher and I felt like, he wasn't really in because he I didn't get to pick my loads, which was a problem when I asked him about it. He's like, "Oh no, they don't have that." Then another thing was another seasoned driver told me he was like, "Well, ask them to put you on Texas Regional." I asked him about Texas Regional. Oh no, they don't have that either. And I'm like, they just told me to ask you, and you're telling me it's not available. So I don't know if it was him. If not, I don't know. But I think it's just, like I said, everybody experience is different. But I
Exactly.
wouldn't say not to go per se because the experience is worth it. Especially with me, I wanted to dip my feet out there first to see like, do I want to do this owner operator thing? And I dip my foot in. I say, yeah, I'm a boss. Gonna go. So that
So
was just for me.
so as a lease op over at Prime, there is money to be made. You just have to have the right dispatcher or fleet manager to do it.
Yeah, and then I think so if you have enough followers on Prime, you got enough followers on your YouTube channel, you might get you some. But
Junior says,
Junior, I was gonna go flatbed.
Junior said that seasoned driver lied to you.
This the thing. I wouldn't say he lied because things change around there, right? Some people get to choose their loads, some people don't. So does that mean that person lying?
Mm.
Well, he said there was a reefer divisional thing. So I don't know what happened after, if they took it away or whatever. But I mean, stuff changes so much around there. And they do have different things, so just it is what it is. I ain't
What
doing no tripping on it.
what is the most what is the most unsettling stretch of road that you've been down so far?
Baby, the most unsettling,
Yes.
go through Wyoming when it's snowing.
Did you have to chain up?
No. I clenched up. I parked. Bitch, I ain't finna go nowhere. You know how you get scared to clench up? Clench.
uh
No.
Smells like OTR says, do you have plans of owning a truck?
I'm in the process, baby. I'm gonna get that big DOT number out here, big MC number. No,
That's
y'all
what's
don't
up.
play with me. I'm on
That's
my
what's
way to.
up, man. So since you in the process of getting the truck, what's your trucking goal that you want to achieve?
You know what? My trucking goal has always been freedom. You know, I think my trucking goal has always been freedom. I never thought I was such a free spirit, but I kind of think I am. I'm not a free spirit Forrest Gump, Jenny blowing the wind, free spirit, but
Mhm.
I'm just I just want to create my own path and be able to create wealth for my family, I show my son how to do this. I show my oldest is in the army, but he's a 92 Alpha. He doing logistics. So I'm just trying to forge a path for us.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Out of all the companies that you driven for, Frito-Lay, Schneider, KLLM, Prime, out of all those companies that you driven for, what was the weirdest rules that those companies had for you guys?
Weirdest rules.
Yeah, what you could do, what you could not do. What was some of the weirdest rules that they had set for you?
Mm, I don't know. I don't know if it was anything too weird because I ain't listen to their ass anyway.
Oh
No,
man! Oh, you say you
no,
ain't
I'm
listen
playing.
to them at all.
Look, I ain't listen to their ass anyway.
uh,
No.
well, everybody, welcome to the Lockout Men Podcast Show. I really do appreciate you guys being here. My special guest for tonight is MuthaTruckinMom. This is Life Before Trucking. This is a part of the series that I want to do with all my guests from now on. I really do appreciate everybody being in the chat, especially Junior Hernandez. I really do appreciate you being over here, bruh. Um,
That's
it's still a seat open for you, my man. Still a seat
right.
open for you. You know what I'm saying? It's still a seat open for you. But I do appreciate you supporting the channel, man.
What say do you, honey?
I support your channel as well. Mother Trucking Mom, thank you, thank you very much. What what are some what are some advice, some tips that you can give some of these lady drivers that's coming into the game, or some tips that you can give for protection or stuff like that, just to keep safe out here?
Um, One thing, I mean, everybody has their preference, right? But one thing I would say is don't, you know, some women, you a female, you proud, do you? I don't personally, I try not to label myself like, hey, I'm a woman out here, because I don't try to, call too much attention to myself. And it's a personal thing because you know, I have confidence in myself and I think I feel, some people, you know, they like the flirting and they like, the extra attention and stuff like that. But I'm just not a person for a whole lot of attention. And I guess so for myself and for what I would tell ladies, just try to make sure that you know that it's like you're a sheep in the middle of a pack of wolves.
Okay.
You gotta try to protect yourself by, don't mean you have to turn your sexy down or you know what I'm saying? But it's a bunch of men out here. They ain't had none. They've been out here.
Yeah.
And you look like a whole you look like more than a snack.
Yeah,
So
delicious snack.
so but it's just some people in here who are really weird and like they don't know no means no and they don't take rejection well. So you just gotta try to remember that you're out here and you're just like a sheep at the slaughter. You just gotta, you know, take care of yourself.
All right. Junior Hernandez came back and said, Mother Trucking Mom, congratulations and keep doing your thing. You had a plan, and that's way more than 90%. 90% do while trucking. You did it. Keep going. Set goals and achieve them. Thank you.
Thank you, Junior.
That's what's up. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Mother
Because
Trucking Mom.
he's prime goals. If you work for Prime and you him, Junior Hernandez is prime goals.
That's what's up.
He
Mother
is,
Trucking Mom,
for real.
before we get on up out of here, I want to ask you, we said earlier in the episode that you do YouTube yourself, but you backed off of it. What are some of the female YouTubers that you tend to watch?
Oh, I definitely watch Jay Rich. I watch Shape World. She always talking about something interesting. And I don't know if Pretty Pockets is on YouTube, but Pretty Pockets, I see her on Instagram all the time. I love her. And it's like there's so many women out here doing it now. I just ran across a Sundress Trucker. She's bomb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Good,
was liking a little
good,
Coco till she started showing out her ass. I can't do it.
good information. Good information that you can get from these ladies.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They're out here doing it big.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, Mother Trucking Mom, hang on right quick while I end the segment right quick. Again, thank you very much for coming on tonight. And of course, you're a citizen. You know you're always welcome on the show.
Thank you for having little old me.
When you get your truck, definitely come back on the show because I want to see it.
Okay.
All right, hang tight right quick. All right, y'all, that's going to do it. Again, thank you to Junior Honduras. I keep pronouncing your name wrong, bruh. It's Honduras. Damn it, man. But thank you very much, brother, man, for coming in and chopping it up with us tonight. Sweetest Georgia Pete, thank you very much. Let me see who else I'm going to shout out. Smells Like OTR, thank you very much. Southeast Stranger, Larry, Exposing the Real Me, thank you. Make sure all you guys hit that like button. All right, do me that favor, man. And if y'all like the content, consider joining the community, man. Hook a brother up with some coffee. I'm thirsty. As soon as this is over with, I'm about to go and grab me something to drink. All right. I appreciate it if you guys do that for me. Thank you very much. I will come back at you guys. I am going to end it. I'm done. You guys take it easy. Y'all have a good night. And I'll come back at y'all with another one. Wait a minute. I got to go here. There we go. Peace, y'all.
Cause baby, once I'm gone, I ain't coming back. You gon' have to settle with another man. But when you realize